I'm in my early 20s. I don't have a six-figure job, and I'm by no means a crypto millionaire. However, I've managed to build and compound a £30,000 investment portfolio from scratch using my own knowledge, money, and a little bit of common sense. How? By making consistent moves every single month, saving aggressively, investing smartly, and avoiding common tracks most people will essentially go broke in their 20s they'll fall into. Now, clearly, this did come with some hurdles and challenges. However, I'm by no means a genius, and I'm still on my path to building wealth for the long term. But with these action steps I'm about to share with you, you'll figure you don't need a degree in rocket science to be able to break in and do the exact same. In this video, I'll be breaking down exactly how I did it and how you can start even with as little as £100. However, firstly, there was something that was shared with me a while back by a mentor, and it was about unfair advantages and how this completely changed my perspective on life, and it really gave me a bit more guidance and really made me a bit more grateful for what I have. Now, this was a first core step into my journey to essentially compound and build this portfolio, because I really had to understand what my unfair advantages are. Now, they don't have to be anything crazy. For example, for me, what I really had was the ability to still stay at home and save aggressively, as I only have to pay a fraction of what I earn into rent rather than paying thousands to a landlord, to somebody that I don't even know. That was one of my key unfair advantages. Now, for you, you may be writing things down like, what are my unfair advantages and what could be something unfair for you. It could be that you don't have to travel or commute far into work. Maybe you're lucky enough to work from home, so anything that you're making that would typically go on travel, you'll be able to invest that aggressively in terms of looking at your stocks or property, etc, etc. So really understanding what you have a slight edge on. It could be as simple as you're based in the UK right now, you're 19, 20, and you've somehow found the know-how to get this knowledge early, which is a key unfair advantage, and it will show that you're on the right path, which likely, if you're watching this video, you definitely are. Like the engineers building the Burj Khalifa, the first thing that they'll dive into and really get to grips on is building a solid foundation. Now, there is no difference when that comes to your finances and investing. This is quite literally your ticket to a structured, scaffolded approach to building out your portfolio and overall money goals. Now, the 50-30-20 rule is a fundamental principle that I stick to and has helped me get to this point. So where do we begin? Now, at this moment in my life, I like to save 50, invest 30, and live off 20. Now, as I get older and my goals change, this number and the percentage that I allocate to these figures will naturally change as well. However, this is something that has worked with me, and it's given me the discipline and the structure to get to where I need to get to. So leverage these tools, as these small tweaks that you implement now will essentially build those habits once you start earning a lot more and investing a lot more. Now, consistency is key. So where does that 30% that I invest in go into each month? Now, it's predominantly going into ETFs at the moment, although when I see stocks at a good valuation, I will invest the majority of that portion into specific stocks. Now, when you're looking at investing apps, most of these apps have automatic features which will allow you to deposit money into those accounts, and that money to be distributed into the assets that you're very much interested in and want to invest in. This takes the pain out of the chore or the routine out of going onto the apps and investing, especially if you find it challenging to stay disciplined. Now, I like to manually do this because it gives me some content and things to share, and I do obviously check my apps as well, just in case I have to rebalance anything, and it allows me to keep on top of things. So although I manually do this, a lot of people that have spoken to me put these things on autopilot, and I also will be aiming to grow these contributions each month as I earn more within my sales role. Now, something that can be easily overlooked is what you're actually investing in, right? Are you investing in income producing stocks and ETFs? Now, essentially, we're talking about dividends here. If you're investing in stocks that produce a dividend, are you reducing that money you're already making? Now, this will allow the compound effect to occur, and over 40 to 50% of stock market returns have purely come from reinvested dividends in the long term. Now, I like to use dividends to essentially make passive income, and then I reinvest it back into the assets that I'm already invested in. With a slight balance of growth stocks, I'm able to diversify myself in terms of getting that income from the funds and as well getting the growth from the slightly riskier tech stocks that have a lot of movements potential to the upside. Now, as you can imagine, investing into individual stocks does have its risks, but as I'm in my early 20s, I have that time that to take advantage on. So any volatility, any high swings to the upside, to the downside, I'm able to stay on that roller coaster as I can allow time to even out my portfolio. Now, as of June 2024, over £300 billion sits dormant in UK bank accounts, barely earning anything in terms of interest. What people don't know is that these high street banks still will invest your money, but they'll just give you a fraction of that return on investment in terms of interest. So you're essentially losing money each year by just having your money safely in a bank. Now, what I like to do is it's a simple change, and that's put money into a high yield savings account. Now, this will not make you a millionaire or rich by any means, but it's these good financial habits that will allow you to compound your wealth slowly. So whether you put it in a high yield savings account, distribute a portion of that into a business, for example, having a look at your stocks and your shares, etc., this will allow you to have more money to essentially invest freely into markets. And there's nothing to really lose anyway. If you're not doing this already, you're just losing the money that you've been working hard to get. So it's pretty much a win-win when you're looking at it broadly. Now, investing and self-confidence can come hand in hand, and this comes from a lack of understanding in the fundamentals. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been through this period before, and what helped me get out of this phase is reading different books from successful investors, looking at videos of analysts and successful investors who are also documenting, as well as looking at overall news articles on specific topics, and then that will really propel your knowledge when you're looking at specific stocks. If you don't even have the fundamentals figured out, then it's easy to get lost onto different paths, and you'll end up buying and selling stocks that you may not even have a real interest in. And doing that fundamental research will help you as a person as well, especially if you're looking at certain industries. If you're looking at something within tech, it'll be completely different to looking at something within healthcare or the financial services space. So really differentiating yourself and having a broader understanding of how to invest will give you that basic level of confidence. And with that level of confidence, it will allow you to make clearer decisions. For example, in times that the market dips down or there are slight crashes in the market, that's where I like to go a bit more aggressive on my investments, because it will essentially allow me to buy stocks or funds at a much discounted rate, although the herd will typically not buy at these times. And if you don't have that basic knowledge and understanding, you would miss out on these golden opportunities that, when they occur, may not last too long. And you need to understand, time in the market will always be better than timing the market. You don't want to be stuck trying to pick tops and bottoms, as you never know when those instances will occur. So you're better off dollar cost averaging into certain positions. Now, something that's very easy and simple to do is to invest into different regions and overall geographies. Now, if there are times of turbulence in one region, you will already be hedged, as you would have money allocated into a completely different ecosystem that may run slightly differently. Now, I like to do this by funds, as these assets are typically rebalanced, although most of the funds will be invested into the US because the US is the global hegemon. They are driving the returns. Obviously at the moment they're the largest economy, etc., so naturally a lot more money will be within the US, but there will be a percentage, for example, into Asia, for example, into European companies, and this will allow you to take advantage of those gains if any other industries or regions are going through a slight decline. Although what they do say is, if the US sneezes, then the rest of the world will catch a cold. So you have to bear that in mind as well. Now, this is great, but taking action is even better. And that's what will only allow you to see those gains if you take the knowledge that you learn and you implement it in a practical way. Now, luckily for you, I've been documenting my journey, and you can see my portfolio on screen here in my previous video. which will allow you to get a bit more sense of how I'm actually doing these things practically. So come along for the journey, have a look at what I'm investing in, the ups and the downs, as I'll be documenting it here.